Hello and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, accompanied by Foreign Minister of Jamaica and the renowned cricketer Chris Gayle, planted a Plumeria alba sapling during his visit to Rajghat. Jamaican Prime Minister also offered floral tributes to Mahatma Gandhi at Delhi's Rajghat. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi met his Jamaican counterpart Dr. Andrew Holness at New Delhi's Hyderabad House on Tuesday. The Jamaican Prime Minister also held delegation-level talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The leaders discussed ways to further strengthen ties and enhance cooperation in trade, investment, renewable energy, digital transformation and people-to-people connect, among others. 4 MOUs were inked between the two countries, focusing on areas like technology, education, culture and trade. The MOUs signed include those on cooperation on sharing of TPI in financial inclusion, e-payments, cultural exchange and cooperation in sports. During the joint press meet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India has always been a trustworthy and committed development partner to Jamaica. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that the road in front of the Jamaica High Commission in Delhi has been named as Jamaica Marg, expresses optimism that India-Jamaican ties will grow faster than Usain Bolt. The Jamaican Prime Minister expressed gratitude to India for its support during difficult times. Jamaican Prime Minister said that both the countries share similar views on the reform of United Nations, in particular the Security Council, to ensure that its composition is reflective of the current balance of power and the emergence of new leaders like India. Indian President Draupadi Murmu met the faculty and course members of the 64th NDC course at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. The President said that today our security concerns extend beyond the preservation of territorial integrity and encompass other areas of national well-being. India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar presented the 25th Lal Bahadur Shastri National Awards for Excellence 2024 to distinguished philanthropist Rajashri Birla at Vice President's enclave today. During the address, he said that a paradigm shift has taken place as Padma Awards are being conferred on people who eminently deserve them, and that is why the award carries a greater credibility. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh addressed the 277th Annual Day of Defence Accounts Department in New Delhi. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today accorded a warm send-off to the 7,000-kilometre Vayu Veer Vijeta car rally from the National War Memorial in New Delhi. The rally will reach Thois in Ladakh, where it will be formally flagged off to Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh to mark the 92nd anniversary of the Indian Air Force on the 8th of this month. India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi's financial credit schemes on Tuesday during a credit outreach program. During her 2-day visit to the North Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh's Itanagar, the minister said that schemes such as Jan Dhan Yojana have made taking loans from the banks more accessible for the people. Jammu and Kashmir voted for the third and the final phase of its assembly elections on Tuesday to decide the electoral fate of contesting candidates. The Union Territory recorded 65.48% voter turnout recorded till 5 p.m. according to Indian Standard Time. Arrangements were made to ensure a terror-free and peaceful polling. Union Minister of Jal Shakti said in a press conference, 20 crore people participated in a wide range of activities and events organized to mark the 10 years of Swachh Bharat mission. Union Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment Dr. Virendra Kumar participated in International Day of Older Persons 2024 celebrations in New Delhi. India's benchmark indices BSE, Sensex and NSE Nifty 50 ended in red on Tuesday. Sensex plunged 33.49 points to close at 84,266.29. Nifty tumbled 13.95 points to settle at 25,796.9. The Indian rupee fell 2 paise to settle at 83.81 against the US dollar. Gold futures maturing on the 4th of October stood at 75,280 rupees per 10 grams on Multi-Commodity Exchange of India. Silver futures maturing on the 5th of December were retailing at 91,350 rupees per kilogram on the MCX. Google plans to invest $1 billion to build digital infrastructure in Thailand. The move aims to meet growing demand for cloud computing in Southeast Asia that would support 14,000 jobs in the country. India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval visited France. He engaged in extensive discussions with French Armed Forces Minister Sébastien Lecornu. Their dialogue aimed at deepening bilateral defence cooperation and advancing space collaboration. They also shared insights on the evolving international geopolitical landscape. Russia's President Vladimir Putin has ordered the conscription of 133,000 new servicemen in Russia's autumn draft. Moscow will carry out the draft of citizens aged 18 to 30 years who are subject to conscription in accordance with Russian federal law. The draft will start on 1st of October. Kremlin said that Russia will not discuss signing a new treaty with the US that replaces deal limiting each side's strategic nuclear weapons that expires in 2026. At least 6 people have been killed in a Russian strike on a market of the southern Ukrainian city of Kherson on Tuesday. European Commission has said that the G7 countries want to reach a political agreement on the $50 billion loan for Ukraine by the end of this month. The Israel Defense Forces initiated a ground invasion into southern Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah's military infrastructure in villages near the Israel-Lebanon border. Israel Defense Forces on Platform X said the military had begun limited, localized and targeted raids against Hezbollah targets in the border area of southern Lebanon. Israeli ministry further said that its ground raids into southern Lebanon is not a war against the Lebanese people, but it targets Hezbollah's stronghold along the border that threaten Israel. Some 45,000 union workers walked off the job at seaports on the US East Coast and Gulf Coast after a deadline passed with no sign of new contract deal with the United States Maritime Alliance employer group. Disruption analysts warn that dock workers' strike can halt about half of the US's ocean shipping and will cost the economy billions of dollars a day. Hundreds of people gathered in Marseille to demand the repeal of pension reform and higher wages as the French Prime Minister Michel Barnier will soon unveil new general policy. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has made his first public appearance in Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe in Strasbourg on Tuesday after being freed from a British jail in the month of June. A total of 580 members of Indonesia's House of Representatives took oath in Indonesia's Consultative Assembly. The new lawmakers represent 8 political parties that won seats in the February general elections. Japan's parliament has voted to confirm newly elected ruling party leader Ishiba Shigeru as the country's new prime minister. US First Lady Jill Biden arrived in Mexico to attend the swearing-in ceremony of the first female president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum. Former Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte takes over as NATO chief on Tuesday. At a ceremony at NATO headquarters, Jens Stoltenberg handed over the gavel to new NATO secretary. South Korea displayed its most powerful ballistic missile and other arms and weapons during its Armed Forces Day ceremony. At least 23 people died in Thailand when a school bus carrying more than 40 students and teachers on a field trip caught fire in the outskirts of the capital, Bangkok. Time to take a short break. We'll be right back. back. Let's continue. Worrying millions of Colombians, the Amazon River's water level has reached extremely low levels. The Amazon River has now reduced by 90% due to extreme drought. Colombian authorities fear the consequences of the drought will be greater and affect the access to drinking water for the region's population. Droughts have become more frequent and intense in Spain. Many farmers of the regions are turning to pistachios as they are more lucrative crop that can better cope with drought conditions. Since 2017, land dedicated to pistachios in Spain has jumped nearly fivefold, making it biggest grower in Europe and the fourth largest globally. Swiss glaciers melted at an above-average rate in 2024 as the blistering hot summer thawed through abundant snowfall. Swiss glaciers lost 2.5% of their volume this year. One of the factors that accelerated the losses this year was dust from Sahara. This gives ice sheets a brown or rosy hue that inhibits their ability to reflect sunlight back into the atmosphere. Typhoon Prasar further intensified into a super typhoon on Tuesday morning, bringing heavy rain and strong winds to northern Philippines. Typhoon Prasar, known locally as Julian in the Philippines, sustained maximum winds of 175 kilometers per hour near the center. The damage from Hurricane Helene in western North Carolina is extensive and devastating. More than 100 deaths across a half-dozen states have been attributed to the powerful storm. Hundreds of people are still missing and residents are struggling amid flooded roads and a lack of basic services. National Guard and emergency workers have been deployed to arrest the situation. Darwin's International Laksa Festival has a mouth-watering celebration featuring everything from laksa-inspired ice cream to some unique twists on old classics. Part of the Laksa Festival is a competition to see who can be crowned Darwin's greatest laksa. Some of the mouth-watering famous dishes are mac and cheese laksa and hot and spicy soup. A giant foodie panda was captured walking slowly in a pool, eagerly following a floating piece of apple, his playful persistence and clumsy attempts creating an amusing moment. The Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding is a world-renowned institution for the conservation of giant pandas, red pandas and other endangered wild animals. A grand memorial ceremony for Confucius was held to commemorate the 2575th anniversary of the birth of the renowned ancient Chinese philosopher and educator in the birthplace Chifu, East China. As part of the festival, the memorial ceremony at the Temple of Confucius incorporated music, songs, dances and rituals that embody Confucian thought. A series of lithographs by Spanish surrealist Salvador Dali have sparked an auction battle after being discovered in a London garage after 50 years. The 11 prints were bought in 1970s at a gallery, closing down sale for just £500 before being auctioned by Hanson's. The Eiffel Tower in Paris is decked out in pink to mark the start of the annual Pink October campaign. The annual Pink October campaign is carried out to raise awareness about breast cancer screening. Rising cocoa prices driven by global production shortfalls have led to increased thefts of the commodity in farms of Cameroon. To tackle the problem, some farm communities have formed vigilante groups armed with whistles, reflective jackets, bows and arrows, machetes and spears to keep watch and send out alerts. Willowby Residency's Odyssey cruise ship passengers set to sail from Belfast on a 3.5-year world voyage after being stranded in the city for months. The cruise, with a capacity for 650 passengers, was originally due to depart from Belfast in May, but was held up for repairs due to issues with its rudders and gearbox. Stella McCartney took to a market street on the left bank of Paris for her spring-summer runaway show, sending models out in airy dresses, boxy tailored suits and fluffy cloud-like knits made from recycled nylon. Models parade in front of a star-studded audience including American actresses Natalie Portman, Greta Gerwig at the Paris Fashion Week. The town of Hilario Ascasubi, located near Argentina's eastern Atlantic coast, is facing an issue with an influx of parrots. Biologists report that a large number of these green, yellow, red birds have moved into the area, largely due to deforestation in the nearby hills. Nobel laureate Jimmy Carter, who has lived longer than any US president in the history, celebrates his 100th birthday. Carter, a Democrat, served a single term as the president from January 1977 to 1981. Jimmy Carter's decades of humanitarian work after leaving the office, including the promotion of human rights and alleviating poverty in countries around the world, earned him the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002. Hollywood actors Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix arrived at the premiere of their eagerly awaited musical psychological thriller film Joker Folie Day in Los Angeles, California. The film Joker Folie Day will begin its global cinematic rollout on the 2nd of October and will be released in the US on the 4th of October. Apple TV Plus released its first German-language series called Where's Wanda. The first 2 episodes of the series will debut on Apple TV Plus on 2nd of October. Oscar-winning actor Julia Roberts is all set to be honored with César Award at the prestigious 50th César Awards ceremony in Paris. Netflix has released Squid Game Season 2's new teaser. The new season will premiere on 26th of December on the Netflix streaming platform. In a heartbreaking announcement for Coldplay fan base, band member Chris Martin revealed that their 12th album would be the band's last album. Coldplay is scheduled to release its 10th studio album Moon Music on 4th of October. Sony Pictures Entertainment has announced Indian-American executive Ravi Ahuja as its new CEO. He is the current chairman and COO of Global Television Studios. After theatrical release, actor Vijay Sara action drama film Goat will be streamed on Netflix. It will be available from 3rd of October in Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, Malayalam and Kannada languages. The much-awaited thriller drama film Do Patti, starring Bollywood actors Kajol and Kriti Sanon, will be streaming on Netflix from 25th of October. India demolishes Bangladesh in second test match at Kanpur to register a clean sweep in 2-match test series. India's Ravichandran Ashwin has been awarded as the player of the series title for his stunning performance in the test series. South Africa recalled all-rounder Senurun Muthusamy to their 15-player squad for next month's 2-test tour of Bangladesh. Top cricketing legends are set to return for inaugural edition of the International Masters League scheduled to be held in India. Cameroon Football Federation chief Samuel Eto'o has been banned from attending the national team's matches for 6 months after violating FIFA's disciplinary regulations. 4-time Grand Slam champion Carlos Alcaraz emulated Rafael Nadal in reaching the China Open final after beating Daniel Medvedev on Tuesday. US Open finalist Jessica Pegula was dumped out in the China Open last 16 on Tuesday by Spain's Paula Badosa. Top-ranked Yannick Sinner defied the controversy surrounding his doping case to join Carlos Alcaraz and Daniel Medvedev in China Open. Turkish Grandmaster Yagi Iskanur Domus created history as he became the youngest player to record a rating of 2600 at the tender age of 13. Basketball Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo has passed away at the age of 58 due to brain cancer. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.